Hello everyone. If you are a Nigerian diaspora based in Europe or America, this video is for you. Don't miss it for anything. Now, and if you have an intention of investing into Nigerian property or you have already invested in Nigerian property, please stay tuned as you watch this every bit of this video because it's very important. Now, I'm going to talk about mastering land titles in Nigeria. This is just a part 2 of what I've done previously from my previous video. And today I want to talk about the recommended or the ideal titles that are acceptable in Nigerian real estate industry and what can get you free from the government of any of government troubles and the likes. Listen, Lagos is not as other states. Lagos is just like a country that has its own law and perhaps its own proceedings. So what is applicable in Lagos may not actually be applicable in other states. Let me say it like this. Because Lagos has a very limited space, so their laws are very stringent and very strict. They are strict to certain things that other states may see it as nothing or may actually accept it. To that sense, it is before you invest into anything in Nigeria as far as buying of properties in Nigeria is concerned, please you need to get these information. What are the proper titles that you need to take care of? Number one of the titles that are accepted in Nigeria is what we call the C of O, what we call Certificate of Occupancy. Now, as the name implies, now it shows that you are certified that that portion of land is your own, you're the rightful owner of that property. And so you are, by this title, you are free from every of government encumbrances. Government cannot actually infringe into your land without giving you due compensation as it is. So CFO is the most widely accepted title as far as Nigeria is concerned. It is the only title that gets you free from anything that may want to arise subsequent time. So CFO is indeed a legit and most acceptable titles in Nigeria as far as real estate is concerned. Now, and this CFO cannot be duplicated. It cannot be two for one parcel of land. And so if peradventure you have a parcel of land you want to that already has a CFO on your own name and you want to transfer or sell it to the next person, then that is where we come to number 2, what we call the governor's consent. Number 2. Now, the governor's consent is acquiring a land who already have a CFO and transferring it to a new owner. So a way of making the government to be aware of that transfer, because CFO cannot be transferred. I mean, it cannot be duplicated. It's only for one person per time. So for you to transfer it, you need to make the government to be aware of this. So for the governors to be aware of it and approve your transfer of property, that is what we call governor's consent. That is that the governor is aware of the transfer or transaction. And so that becomes also a valid and legit title in Nigeria. So among all of them, these two are very legit and very vital. With these two titles of properties, the government can do nothing to your property. Number 3 of the titles is what we call excision and gazette. Land are actually in two. We have what we call the free and the acquired. The acquired are properties of land, parcel of land that the government has chosen to, keep hold on them, maybe for future use or for future government project. In a case where government has already acquired the land and they want to lease it because perhaps what they acquired for is not in view, or maybe they choose to just lease a portion to the families for the families to use of it. You understand? So that lease that the government want to do is what we call excision. They want to excise that land to the general public. The proof of excision is what we call gazette. Now, where the government say that the land is excised and without giving you a gazette to prove it, please don't venture into it, because gazette is what binds them, is what binds you and the government, that the land is actually not theirs anymore. So gazette is what the government will issue to you as a proof that they have given you or excised that land to you. Now, if you're enjoying any bit of this video, please do to like this video and subscribe to my channel, as we're getting more of this content every now and then. And this is your one good channel because you're getting every details of what you need to learn about in real estate and also properties that you may be of interest to. Number 4, we talk about grant of progress or letter of administration. As the name implies, someone whose uncle or father or whoever has a parcel parcel of land is deceased and has written a will to transfer that property to that person when he's deceased. So the person, once the person is deceased, the new owner now goes to the court, and the court will give him what is called grant of probate, claiming that that particular portion of land has been transferred from the deceased person based on the will of that person to the new owner. And of course, we have what we call also letter of administration. This letter of administration is given to someone who is actually deceased, someone who is deceased and wants to transfer the land to another person, but did not write a will. That's the difference. Is deceased maybe eventually, but did not leave a will. So if the family come together and try to share the property, so they will go to the court and get what we call letter of administration. That is that the land has been transferred from the deceased person to the new owner if it never left a will. That's what we call letter of administration, and it's also valid in Nigerian property. 5, we have what we call registered court judgment. Now, you are familiar with Nigerians details that you may buy a particular portion of land, and along the line someone may come up as claiming to be the new owner. Most often than not, the case will result to court cases. Now, once the court has proven the rightful owner of the property, so what they will actually issue out is what we call registered court judgment. Now, that is a title that I claim and is as valid or very strong in Nigeria, but none is as comparable to CFO and of course governor's consent. Number 6, we have what we call right of occupancy. Now, this particular title is most applicable to the northern part of Nigeria. That is what they actually use. Instead of the CFO, they use right of occupancy. I cannot tell you why, but then that is what is right from Abuja down to Kaduna, Kano, and the likes. So they are replacing for CFO is what we call R of O. So the R of O is actually claiming you to be the rightful owner of that or occupying that property for that specified period of time, and that is mostly applicable in the northern aspect of Nigeria. But for Lagos, C of O and governor's consent, please, are the most legit and valid title document. Should you have anything to do with any of these assets that I just mentioned now, especially Lagos, please always make sure that you go for C of O or governor's consent, and that is what will bail you out from any issues from the government. Thank you. And please do wait to like my video and subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell icon so that whenever I drop something like this, you'll be the first to be notified. And also stick to my channel, and if you are a returning subscriber, please, thank you for always being there. I want to say you are doing the right thing. Stick to it as you begin seeing more and more things that best concern you, and I trust God that you actually enjoy.